Start. Hi, students and partners. Hari ini kita bakal kedatangan dari Nilai University. Anyway, let me introduce myself first. It's me, Ripaldo, from Westmanner Education. We have Chef Izam and the others member from Nilai University. Hi, Chef Izam. How are you?
Hello. Fine, thank you. Baik.
Hi. Baik. Okay. I would like to say thank you very much for Nilai University to be able to present this information that we're gonna have today. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, oh kebalik ya sir. Ya sama-sama, kita juga senang. Oke, selanjutnya dari Chef Izam bakal introduce the other members from Nilai University.
Oke. Makasih Mas. Oke. Di sini aku perkenalkan diri chef. Memang aku seorang chef dulunya, tapi sekarang udah masuk ke bagian marketing. Juga pernah jadi dosen untuk beberapa tahun. Pernah ke Pontianak.
Yes.
Wah, anunya bagus ya, bandarnya bagus ya. Pernah ke sekolah-sekolah ya. Di sini aku ingin memperkenalkan apa namanya nilai universitas. Ya, oke. Bersama-sama kita juga gabung dengan Encik Asmawi.
Ya.
Oke. Encik Asmawi adalah kepala untuk bagian mesin, ya, program mesin, teknik mesin, dan juga aku punya bos, Mr. Lester.
Hai, Mr. Lester.
Okay. Dia adalah kepala untuk marketing, ya. Dan aku sendiri adalah marketingnya di sini, khusus untuk pelajar-pelajar Indonesia, ya. Mungkin karena sekarang waktu ini nggak diizinkan ke sana, jadi kita buat webinar ini aja lah. Ya.
Yes.
Biar suara yang nyampai, badannya nggak nyampai lagi. Ya. Oke. Kita mulai kan? Saya ingin memperkenalkan nilai universitas. Namanya memang begitu besar ya, nilai, bernilai ya, like a diamond ya nilainya ya. Lokasinya adalah di Provinsi Negeri Sembilan di Seremban. Oke, kurang lebih kalau dari Kuala Lumpur itu 35 menit, dan kalau lagi dari bandara KLIA 20 menit. Ya, kita di antara. Ya. Nah, kebesaran kita adalah 105 eka. Besar ya, antara universitas yang terbesar ya di Malaysia, berdiri dalam tahun 1997. Oke, dan kita adalah berakreditasi dari pemerintah Malaysia. Ya, akreditasinya penting ya. Nah, kita adalah di rated kepada tier 4. The fourth tiers by the Malaysian Qualification Agency. Ya, yaitu setara. Kalau dibedakan namanya setara adalah tier 4 ya. Dan mudah-mudahan akan masuk ke tier 5. Oke. Dan selain dari itu, kita mempunyai program-program D3, S1, juga S2. Ya, jadi dengan tidak membuang waktu, kalau ngomong-ngomong aja bosan kan? Yes. Kita nonton video dulu. Ya, gimana rupanya nilai universitas ya. Silakan Rivaldo. Videonya ya.
Let me play the video. Share screen.
Do we have volume, Chef?
Yeah, volume ya.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah. The volume is not in. Ini
We
dari
have to open. Who share? Share.
Rivaldo, kamu harus open
Computer
audio.
Yes. Oh, no audio, Chef.
No audio.
Oh.
Ya.
Okay.
Mantap. Tapi linknya nggak berapa bagus ya.
Just increase the volume a bit.
Assalamualaikum, Ato.
Alright.
Udah ya. Oke. Nggak dengar. Nggak kedengaran.
Hello? Yes?
Unmute. Oke. Oke, Rivaldo.
We've got another video. Yes, sir.
Okay, another one. That one's later. Facility later. Ya.
Right.
Yang ini aku mau perkenalkan. Assalamualaikum, Dato'. Dato' Azhar is our VC, Vice Chancellor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hi, Mr. Azhar.
Apa kabar? Baik. Jumpa lagi ya, Pak Edu.
Kita ketemu lagi ya.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Mr. Azhar.
Nice to meet you. Alright. Thank you.
Yeah. Nah, Dato', any words from you?
How many people that we have with us at the moment?
We are recording this first. When we have this, and then they are going to show to all the schools.
Oh, so in other words, we are not on the air.
No.
Basically just for the recording, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Just I'd like to extend a warm welcome to every one of you to the Nilai campus, Nilai University campus. You probably have seen the. Should I speak English or Malay?
Both also can. Boleh campur-campur.
Mix, okay.
A mix, okay. So once again, I'd like to welcome. And then you probably have seen the video on reflecting our campus environment, and also the life in the campus, and also the academic life in the campus. So as you see, maybe I'd like to touch a bit on our situation, our location, with respect to the geography of it. We are located in Nilai. Probably Chef Rizal might mention again. The Nilai is located in Negeri Sembilan, and also is in northern part of Negeri Sembilan, close to the Selangor. And then we are in a city part of this the greater we call it Greater Klang Valley, that stretch from Kuala Lumpur until down to Seremban. And these areas are undergoing rapid development at the moment. But our situation, we are experiencing this, I call it planned development. So in other words, it's not kind of ad hoc. So we do have, more than enough sufficient facilities, be it in terms of for health reasons, securities, at the same time also in terms of transportation, we are very close to the airport, international airport, Kelaya International Airport, which is about 20 minutes away from our campus. And so it's not a problem as far as when students international students are studying in Nilai campus, so they can be immediately reach the airport within, as I said, within 20 minutes. I mean, that's how I drive. Maybe you can reach that later, about 30 minutes. There is no more drive. So that is the situation. And at the same time, when it comes to other needs and requirements, I think when it comes to the academic life, our situation is a small town, and it's very, very good. The ambience for academic studies. And at the same time, also we have a few campuses, like USIM and a few educational hubs around us that we can take opportunities to collaborate with them. And also in terms of malls, we have one of the biggest AEON malls in Southeast Asia, or in fact in Malaysia, here around, that was opened recently. So the students will have to go to Kuala Lumpur to seek for many things that they need. And besides that, as I said, we are north of Negeri Sembilan, so we are easily accessible to Kuala Lumpur. Students can go there with public transportation, which is available in terms of express rail line, that commute from Kuala Air to central Kuala Lumpur. So there's no issues at all as far as the location. I think when it comes to studying, this is the ambience is there, and then it can reach or make outreach. If they want to go to nature, it's very close by. They want to go to the beach, it's very close by at the same time. So everything within our reach, and that's one of the advantages that we have as far as Nilai University is concerned. And just to mention that I take pride of our management in Nilai University, that we are very much concerned about our students. So we will carry them, throughout the program in Nilai University to what they need, and until they graduate from us and become our alumni. And hopefully, we can get many students from Indonesia to
Inshallah
come and matriculate with us. So I think that's basically what I want to mention. Not to forget, as far as the program is concerned, we have many programs that are quite attractive to the students, and I can assure you that many of our staff will be talking about the programs and to in detail. But as the Vice Chancellor of these universities, I can assure I take personal interest in the welfare, and also be it personal or be it academic. Of course, the personal things might there's a limitation to it, but then as far as academic, I think that's why my main concern. So I think we will, as I said, we will carry on. We carry them through to what they need as far as academic life is concerned in Nilai University, and once they become our family. So at the moment, we trying to tell, okay, what our family like. And you know, it's easy go lucky life. You know, we must, when the student come here, we will provide the fun life of being undergraduate, you know, studying, and at the same time, so they can gain their academic reward. At the same time, also their social kind of you know, reward where they can mix around with. Inshallah, in the future, when the situation allow us to have in person in campus, so that they can experience the undergraduate life in Nilai University. And remember, undergraduate life is only once. You cannot go twice. You go through the progression, you know, and then so they will cherish the life in Nilai University once they graduate from here. So once again, I like to welcome. And then if you need any kind of information and also help, do let us know, and we will facilitate. And I like to see more of our Indonesian neighbors and our friends to be in Nilai University. Hopefully, I'm still around. All right. So once again, thank you very much, and please come and matriculate with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato.
Thank you, Mr. Azhar.
Okay.
For
thank
the
you
warm
very much.
welcome.
Okay. Okay. Programs ya. Di Nilai Universitas kita ada mempunyai beberapa program yang bagus. Okay. Yang pertama kita ada business school, business accounting and finance. Kita ada hospitality and tourism. Kita ada applied science, ya. Kita ada engineering and technologies, okay. Kita ada postgraduate atau di sini juga kita ada S2 dan S3, okay. Lanjut ke S2 dan S3, kita ada Masters of Business Admin, kita ada Management dan Marketing, Masters of Business Administration, Banking and Finance. Okay, kita juga ada kedoktoran, ya, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Admin, ya. Jadi dan Doctor of Philosophy PhD in Applied Sciences. Jadi untuk
Chef, you want to add that our new program in BAAT,
okay,
that comprise UAV, manufacturing, avionics, you know, they might be interested in that.
Oh, okay. The one we will ask the the lecturer in charge. Nanti engineering dengan cakap, more, then later on towards the end nanti I beritahu. Ya.
Okay.
Okay. Dan di sini okay, kita ada 3 intake. Januari, kita ada April, dan normally September. Ya. Untuk persyaratan, kalau bagi Indonesia ya, sekurang-kurangnya anak-anak harus ada rata-rata rapor 7,0, ya, rata-rata rapor 7,0, UAS, ya, ujian nasional dan ujian sekolah, ya, dan dari itu anak Indonesia terus langsung ke S1. Ya, mereka kalau dari bidang perhotelan mereka juga bisa ke D3, tapi kalau dengan adanya 7,0 rata-rata rapor mereka bisa lanjut ke S1 terus, ya, bachelor degree, ya. Nah, itu persyaratan yang pertama. Persyaratan yang kedua, mereka harus ada IELTS bahasa Inggris, ya, dengan jumlah keputusannya sekurang-kurangnya 4,5 untuk D3 dan 5,0 untuk S1. Oke, Rivaldo?
Right.
Iya. Dan di sini juga kita mempunyai fasilitas yang bagus, ya, dinilai universitas. Fasilitas seperti kita ada 24 jam sekuritas services, ya. Kita ada kantin untuk makan, anak-anak nggak perlu keluar, oke, karena kita ada kantin, siang dan malam juga buka. Kita ada wifi satu seluruh kampus, oke. Kita juga punya bus, ya, yang mana anak-anak juga bisa menaiki bis untuk ke mall atau keluar dari kampus. Ini semuanya gratis ya, nggak perlu bayar biaya. Kita butuh student card. Ya, hanya student card mereka bisa naik ya. Kita juga di asrama kita punya laundry services pakai koin. Oke. Minimarket. Oke, kita punya ATM ya. ATM juga ada di dalam kampus ya. Kita ada bookshop. Kita juga di hostel kita ada gymnasium. Gymnasium untuk anak-anak workout. Kita mempunyai indoor games. Oke. Indoor games kita punya basket. Kita punya lapangan sepak bola, ya, futsal, ya, kita juga tenis court, ya, volleyball dan berbagainya lah, ya. Kita juga mempunyai sebuah danau, ya, danau di pinggir itu di dalam penempatan kampus, ya, yang mana anak-anak bisa jogging, ya. Kita juga punya kolam renang, ya. Kolam renang itu terletaknya di Nilai Spring. Jadi anak-anak ada waktu-waktunya, hari-harinya yang bisa berenang di sana ya. Kita punya music room juga, oke. Dan juga kita juga punya sport focus center for fencing. Ya, di Nilai Universitas ini memang kita menganjurkan fencing sports. Nah, kita juga ada beasiswa khusus untuk anak lokal. Ya. Nah, dari segi itu kita juga mau videonya tadi ada yang kedua.
Yes.
Kita main video yang kedua, baru kita pergi ke program-programnya ya. Ya, silakan. Kita lihat video live in Nilai Universitas.
So I can leave now.
Okay. Nggak dengar suaranya, mute ya.
All right, we've seen many activities.
We cannot hear you. Chef Idam.
Chef Izam, you are mute. Okay.
Okay. So di sana. Okay, boleh ya? Okay, this is Nilai. Okay, Asmawi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Pertama sekali saya ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Encik Rivaldo daripada Best Partner Education memberi peluang kepada Nilai Universiti untuk kami berkongsi tentang program yang ditawarkan di Universiti Nilai. Jadi saya Engineer Asmawi akan menerangkan sedikit berkenaan dengan engineering program yang kita tawarkan di Nilai Universiti. Secara dasarnya saya merupakan ketua jabatan untuk Jabatan Electrical dan Electronics, dan another jabatan my colleague Mr. Engineer Naren akan explain berkenaan dengan Mechanical Engineering. So sebagai ketua jabatan di Electrical dan Electronics Engineering, di jabatan kami menawarkan tiga program kesemuanya. Dua adalah diploma dan satu adalah bachelor degree. Diploma yang kita tawarkan adalah Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Diploma in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, dan Diploma in Mechatronic Engineering. Di sini saya explain semua lah berkenaan dengan Engineering and Technology. Okay, di Nilai Universiti kami menawarkan Diploma in Electrical Electronic and also Mechatronic. So student akan didedahkan dengan bidang electrical dan electronics dan juga mechatronic. So basically kalau kita tengok electrical dan electronics dan mechatronic dia tidak jauh perbezaan, tapi kalau kita lihat pada mechatronic itu sendiri, dia adalah kombinasi daripada mechanical engineering dan juga electrical electronics, dia combine. So kalau kita tengok dekat keperluan industri sekarang ni banyak lebih kepada mechatronic ya, untuk automation, untuk robotics, untuk automated manufacturing, semua memerlukan engineers ataupun technician dalam bidang mechatronics. Untuk career prospect ya, saya ingin menerangkan berkenaan dengan electrical electronics di dalam employability of our graduate ya. So employability of our graduate yang kita lihat adalah 3 bulan selepas graduate dan dia orang mendapat kerja dan di bidang industri yang berkaitan. So demand untuk electrical and electronics engineering ini memang sentiasa ada disebabkan oleh industri semiconductor ya. Industri semiconductor sekarang ni kalau kita tengok trend dia adalah meningkat di mana-mana negara pun, because sekarang ni electrical gadgets memang adalah satu keperluan ya. So macam handphone, laptops, all the computers ya, sekarang ni adalah zaman industry revolution 4.0. Jadi mechatronic, electronic, electrical still they got a demand di situlah industri. Dan berkenaan dengan program bachelor degree ya. So bachelor degree kita kalau kita lihat diploma memerlukan 2 tahun setengah ya, tempoh pembelajaran 2 tahun setengah, dan selepas diploma student tersebut boleh meneruskan pengajian dalam bidang degree program. So degree program kalau setelah mengambil diploma kita akan melakukan transfer kredit ya, atau perpindahan kredit daripada diploma, dan hanya memerlukan lebih kurang dalam 2 tahun setengah sahaja untuk complete degree. Jadi maksudnya setahun setengah tu kita dah exempted, maksudnya transfer kredit daripada diploma. Maksimum transfer kredit untuk program diploma kepada degree lebih kurang dalam 37 credit hours ya, berdasarkan kepada keputusan diploma tersebut. Dan program degree ya untuk electrical dan electronics kita adalah fully accredited by Engineering Board Malaysia (BEM) melalui EAC ya, Engineering Accreditation Council, yang telah menandatangani Washington Accord ya seluruh worldwide, lebih kurang dalam 24 negara ya. Dan berita baiknya Indonesia adalah one of the country yang sign di Washington Accord signatory. Kalau kita tengok lihat di website Washington Accord, Indonesia sendiri adalah signatories country, iaitu under Indonesian Accreditation Board of Engineering Education. Jadi tidak ada masalah untuk student yang complete program degree engineering di Malaysia, dia boleh terus apply ataupun boleh register sebagai engineer di Indonesia juga. Ya, sebab Indonesia adalah signatories country dengan Washington Accord. Ya. Dan manakala engineer daripada Indonesia juga boleh datang ke Malaysia bekerja sebagai engineer di Malaysia dan di seluruh 28 country yang signing this signatory. So dari situ ada panggil advantage lah ataupun kelebihan student yang apa panggil ambil course engineering ya. Okay. Ini adalah sebahagian fasiliti yang kita ada. Sebenarnya ini adalah aircraft maintenance. Beside electrical electronic engineering, kita juga ada aircraft maintenance program ya, diploma in aircraft maintenance program, dan kita juga ada hangar dan aircraft ya. Aircraft sebenarnya ada dua aircraft, company aircraft untuk student buat praktikal. Okay, beside that,
ya, Cik Asmawi, kita ada program baru kan di untuk aircraft maintenance, aeronautical bachelor kan?
Aeronautical bachelor in aeronautical. Sebenarnya itu bukan di bawah seliaan saya, di bawah seliaan Dr. Dwi Timaju.
Okey, tak apa.
Mungkin kalau saya nak explain pun saya tidak berapa pasti, tapi mungkin kalau Ayah Naren mungkin boleh explain selepas ni, disebutlah nanti.
Okay, so Mr. Rivaldo, kita juga bukan hanya ada diploma in aircraft maintenance, kita juga ada bachelor degree in aeronautical. Ya, itu program baru ya. Okay.
Saya rasa ya, itu saja sedikit sebanyak daripada saya berkenaan dengan electrical electronics, dan untuk mechanical engineering saya boleh menjemput Engineer Naren ya, sebagai Ketua Jabatan Mechanical Engineering untuk berkongsi di sini. Silakan Ms. Naren.
Mas Mawi, boleh run slide tak? I don't have the. Okay, so after this, just now, the slide just now.
This one, the other one?
Just now.
Cik Izam yang control slide.
Cik Izam, okay.
Yeah, this one,
this one. So mechanical and mechatronic engineering, macam Ayah Asmawi tadi cakap, is mechatronic is a shared course. Okay. Mechanical by far is basically kita run dengan semua program under mechanical. That means we run from automotive, aerospace, aeronautical, manufacturing, aircon, robotics. All that is encompassed under mechanical. So it's a general degree program and a general diploma program, meaning that after you complete your diploma and after you complete your degree, you can go and work in any subset. That means you can work in any field of mechanical engineering. And as Ayah Asmawi mentioned, we are part of the Washington Accord, meaning that our students currently, they are those who are working abroad. Okay, and since you're a graduate of Washington Accord, you are eligible to go and register and work abroad. I mean, outside in Malaysia, outside of Asia, somewhere in Europe, somewhere in North America, you can go register with that country and find a job and work there. Okay, and for your information, those who come from Washington Accord accredited degrees institutions like ours, there actually has been some initiatives, for example, in Australia, where you can go in and work for 2 years on a transit visa before you can apply for a full visa. You know, so there are schemes in these countries which allow skilled engineers with this qualification to do, but it must be an accredited degree, Washington. But what it means is they can register with the board. That means they go in Australia, they can register with the Australian board using their accredited degree. Same thing, they can register with the American board with their accredited degree. If it's not accredited, cannot lah. So only that's why it's so critical to be part of the Washington Accord accreditation scheme. So under mechanical, our diploma program focuses more on the fundamentals and theory, okay, with some hands-on skills lah. Okay, and it's a 2.5-year program, just like electrical. And the mechanical degree is a 4-year program. For our degree, we focus more on the design part of the program, meaning that you'll be using a lot of software. Can you go to the next slide? Maybe it's the next slide. I mean, next page. Nizam, can you?
Yeah. This one?
Yes, this one. So we basically have, we cover a lot of things. So we cover everything from fluid mechanics to heat to thermomechanics. We also cover a lot of design and manufacturing. So macam I asked Mari cakap tadi, we cover a lot of things which currently are the niche of the market lah. So be it whether you dah graduate, you want to work in a manufacturing site, or you want to work on R&D site, or you want to work on building design or aerospace, it's up to you. Okay, you can join any segment of the market which you are able to find a job and you are interested in, because it's a general degree. So the idea of the degree is to allow you to have more access and more prospects in the future. Okay. So we will use, as I said before, we use a lot of software these days, design software, ANSYS, AutoCAD, SolidWorks, and part of the program also, through the program, you can go for certification, industry certification, meaning that after you have learned the software usage through your classes, within your course, we offer the option for students to sit for the certification exam. So for example, for SolidWorks, you can sit for the exam and become a certified SolidWorks associate, ACSWA, or you can be a certified AutoCAD user. Okay, or for MATLAB, you also have a certified MATLAB user. So all those are options. After you finish the course, you can sit for these exams. Most of the time, those exams are online exams, or online sessions, which you sit for. And then if you get, that's an added certification that you can also show. So that knowledge on how to do that is part of the process, but you can sit for the certification if you are interested. So the course pathway is there. So the course pathway is, you can come in for a foundation or diploma, or you can come in direct for a degree.
Yeah.
You graduate.
For them, they come direct for degree.
Direct for degree, okay.
Yeah.
So they come direct for degree. After the degree, then you can, like what Ayah Asmani said, you can go back to Indonesia and register with your board, or you can opt for jobs outside wherever you get a job, and then you can opt to register with the board in that country. Continue working, that's it. You don't need to do anything more.
Yeah.
Because our degree is a 4-year degree. So this is similar to the North American degrees. If you go to the US, it's a 4-year engineering degree also. So that's why we are part of the Washington Accord, because we follow their format, essentially. Okay. And also now, since there was some talk about aeronautics, BAET. Now, BAET is basically a new course. I'll just briefly talk about it because I don't have the details. Essentially, it's about aeronautical engineering. Okay? So it's a technology degree in aeronautical engineering. If you're interested, if you're focused, let's say you want to work only in aeronautical engineering, then you can go for it. It's the same concept. It's a 4-year degree, but it's a technology degree which is focused on aeronautical. meaning that when you graduate, you can go and register to work as an aeronautical engineer with any country which is supported, because it's also under, it's not under Washington Accord, it's under Sydney or Dublin, I'm not sure, I have to check, but basically it's under one accord, so they can go and register and they can work anywhere also. Okay. But there's a distinction here is that the focus will be on, number one is aeronautical, number two is it's more for hands-on technologies. It's not to become applied engineer. So if you want to do design, you still have to do a 4-year degree, bachelor mechanical degree. But if you want to, let's say you want more interested in, manufacturing the parts, or you're more interested in, doing aerospace maintenance, for example, aeronautical maintenance, either for aircraft or aerospace related crafts, then you can go for that. So that's the distinction you have to understand. But essentially, the only distinctive difference is the area of focus. Whereas mechanical is a broad spectrum where you can slot in depending on what you go and work in. Aeronautical engineering is more focused on the field of aeronautical engineering. So that means only focus on aircraft technology. So that means maintenance, overhaul, maybe drone, for example, things like that. So that is the scope. Okay. Yeah. Anything
all right.
To add?
Just for your information, Rivaldo, untuk program engineering ya, khusus untuk pelajar sains ya, bukan arts.
Oh, I see.
Karena mereka perlu matematika, biologi, fisika, ya. Itu.
By biology, no need. I think you can take physics.
Fisika harus, ya. Okay, thank you, Mr. Narendran. Okay. Now I will go to hospitality. Yeah. Where is the hospitality? Screen. Oh, ini. Okay, very fast. Okay. Kita dinilai universitas kita ada di sekolah perhotelan ataupun tata boga ya.
Ya.
Kita ada D3, kita ada S1 ya. D3 khusus untuk 2,5 tahun ya. S1 tambah lagi 2 tahun kalau belajar di sini. Kalau tidak 3 tahun semuanya ya. Dan kita juga ada 2 ya, perhotelan dan kuliner. Ya, dua-dua juga kita ada S1 ya. Nah, untuk diploma in hotel management 2,5 tahun, diploma in culinary arts 2,5 tahun juga. Di akhir diploma tahun yang semester yang ke-7 mereka akan dihantar magang. Ya. Magang menjangkau kurang lebih 1 semester, 4 bulan ya. Ini magang ini kita yang ngatur, ya, bukan mereka yang nyari, kita yang ngatur. Ya. Dan untuk bachelor S1-nya untuk kita nggak ada kuliner, tapi mereka bisa masuk untuk Bachelor of Arts in Business and Hospitality Management, bidang manajemen. Ya, this is part of under business as well. Oke, kita punya in-house training, jadi mereka harus masak, pintar masak. Oke, kita ada dapur yang komprehensif, ya, untuk bidang perhotelan. This is the linkage ya, yang mana anak-anak akan dihantar magang ke Shangri-La Hotel, Renaissance, Starbucks Malaysia. Nah ini udah nggak ada. Fullerton Singapore, Marriott Singapore, dan juga kita punya hotel, Nilai Spring. Hotel di Nilai sendiri, kepunyaan Nilai ya. Oke, now ini enggak. Oke, alright. Untuk anak-anak dari Indonesia, mereka terus bisa masuk ke S1. Tapi untuk kuliner disarankan mereka untuk masuk diploma dulu karena di bidang diploma ini nanti mereka akan diajar foundation untuk memasak. Jadi itu penting untuk menjadi seorang chef. Ya, di sini juga kita ada pastry, kita ada western, ya, kita juga belajar lokal. Ya, nah, apakah career opportunity menjadi seorang chef atau komis dulu? Bisa bekerja di kapal pesiar, juga menjadi seorang event manager untuk hospitality, hotel management manager, okay. Juga bisa food and beverage manager, dan juga lain-lainnya dengan marketing officer, cabin crew, customer service manager dan lain-lain, retail, tour, tourism officer, hotel trainer, concierge, group sales manager, dan lain-lain lah. Oke. Nah, yang bagusnya untuk bidang perhotelan ini, anak-anak setelah selesai D3 mereka juga bisa langsung kerja. Bukan hanya di dalam Indonesia, tapi di luar. Karena perhotelan ini sedunia ya. Kita punya hotel dan apa yang mereka belajar di sini juga mereka belajar yang sama di luar negeri, di luar negara. Contohnya, jika kamu masak telur, goreng telur pakai minyak, ya di Switzerland atau di Eropa juga goreng telur pakai minyak kan, ya. Dan juga kalau masak mushroom soup, caranya sama. Masak burger, hotdog, caranya sama. Jadi kalau di sini mereka bisa bekerja di mana-mana.
Yes.
Okay. Dan pengalaman chef dulu waktu di Switzerland, sewaktu belajar, aku juga pernah di lowongan kerja sewaktu belajar di sana di Zurich Hotel. Jadi lowongan kerja itu banyak. Ya. Untuk requirements anak-anak Indonesia, okay, ini bisa kalau art students dari Indonesia bisa masuk, okay, dengan rata-rata rapor 7,0, ya, IELTS kurang lebih band 4,5. Itu penting ya. Nah, IELTS 4,0 tapi 4,5 ya. Nah, oke. Dan untuk bachelor, IELTS-nya harus 5,0. Ini persyaratan dari pemerintah, bukan dari sekolah. Ya, pemerintah. Nah, bagaimana cara untuk membuat aplikasi? Ya, harus lewat ke Best Partner, isi formulir dengan adanya fotokopi paspor dari muka 1 hingga selesai 1 buku, sekurang-kurangnya 2 lembar. Ya, foto 7 lembar dengan backgroundnya warna putih. Ya, keputusan ijazah sekolah, ya, ijazah sekolah, fotokopi, juga ijazah UAS, results. Dan yang paling penting itu sertifikat dari IELTS. Saya dapat tahu yang mana untuk anak-anak Pontianak kalau mau langsung membuat persediaan IELTS,
yes,
ya, Best Partner akan memberi,
kita bakal membantu untuk mempersiapkan IELTS.
Gratis ya.
Yes.
Tidak perlu biaya ya.
Ya,
bagus. Itu kerjasama dari pihak Best Partners dengan nilai universitas. Mereka akan memberi pelajaran yang gratis untuk anak-anak yang mau ikut peperiksaan IELTS. Ya, tapi untuk peperiksaannya biayanya sendiri-sendiri.
Yes.
Iya. Nah, selain dari itu, kita juga mempunyai khusus untuk program engineering. Ya, kita akan memberi beasiswa sebesar 30%. Oke, untuk engineering 30%, oke, dan untuk asramanya kurang lebih dalam 50%, setengah. Kalau di Jakarta untuk mechanical engineering berapa biayanya, Rivaldo?
The quota for international campus, it's like 30 per semester, for 30 million per semester.
30 million, yeah. How many
20 to
semester?
30.
20 to 30 million, yeah.
8 semester.
Times 8, yeah. It's about 160 million.
Yes, something like that.
Itu di Jakarta. Itu belum masuk biaya
Accommodation, yes.
Uang gedung. Uang apa lagi?
Yeah, it's another. It's kind of like
That's only
200.
the fees, ya, belum uang peperiksaan. Nah, kalau di sini dengan kalau dikirakan dengan jumlah apa itu diskon yang didapati setelah dirupiahkan kurang lebih 175 juta untuk 4 tahun. Itu bisa dicicil selama 8 kali per semester, kan?
Yes.
Dan kelebihannya kalau belajar di sini bahasa Inggris anak-anak bisa mantap.
We use English.
Iya, karena kita ini internasional. Kita mempunyai 16 negara, anak dari 16 negara yang berbeda internasional. Kalau di Indonesia nanti belajar di universitas di sana, bahasa yang digunakan juga bahasa Indonesia, kan?
Ya.
Nanti kalau nggak bisa keluar. Ya, betul. Jadi kemudahannya di sini bagusnya nanti bisa gaul sama anak-anak dari luar. Iya. Dan selain dari itu asrama. Kita mempunyai asrama di dalam kampus. Ya, bukan di luar. Yang mana kita mempunyai akomodasi sama ada AC atau tanpa AC. Of course kalau tanpa AC kurang lebih per bulannya, ya, kurang lebih dalam 850.000. Terjangkau, ya?
Yeah.
850.000. Kalau dengan AC 1,2 juta.
It's already half or
this one's already half, yes.
I see.
If not, it's about 1.7 untuk 1,7 untuk tanpa AC dan 2,4 untuk AC. Tapi untuk Oktober sahaja. Sebab itu anak-anak kalau masuk bulan Oktober memang apa itu kata murah meriah.
Ya, special.
Special. Ya. Dan why you have to study in Nilai? Nilai universitas. Pertama, kondisi universitas yang jauh dari kota. Jadi anak-anak, keselamatan anak-anak itu terjamin. Nggak ada apa namanya lingkungan dugem, ya, clubbing. Itu jauh dari kota. Jadi orang tua senang, betul nggak? Keselamatannya memang terjamin di sini. Ya, kampus kita ini mempunyai sekuritas yang 24 jam. Nggak ada orang di luar yang bisa masuk tanpa izin. Ya, yang ketiganya di sini kita Wi-Fi-nya seluruh. Ya, seluruh kampus adalah Wi-Fi. Kita juga mempunyai bis, 4 buah bis yang keliling kota. Jadi kalau mau keluar dari bosan mau makan di kampus, ya juga bisa keluar ke mall-mall, ya, dengan menaiki bis khusus ini Universitas Nilai, ya, gratis tanpa apa-apa biaya. Ya, itu udah termasuk dalam apa itu biaya kuliah. Oke. Yang kelima itu kondisi tempatnya bagus, gede. Gede, kita mempunyai fasilitas dapur, kitchen untuk hospitality, kita ada science lab, ya, untuk perawatan kita ada science lab, untuk aircraft maintenance kita ada hangar, kita juga ada pesawat di dalam. Nah, tapi nggak bisa gerak dulu karena kita nggak ada runway, nanti ditilang lagi kalau ada, ya. Dan juga kita mempunyai apa namanya resource center yang banyak buku-buku Okey, dan dosen-dosennya di sini berkualitas. Bukan hanya nasional, tapi kita punya dosen yang internasional, juga dari luar negara. Dan mereka juga mempunyai keahlian masing-masing, ya, dan pernah mungkin jadi juara di bagian masing-masing, ya. Nah, selain dari itu, recognition industry, ya, kita mempunyai untuk akreditasi ACCA untuk accounting and finance. Okay, kita juga ada Board of Nursing also, ya, kita untuk Malaysia, dan CIMA, okay, ya, Monin untuk FMB, ya, SolidWorks, okay, dan lain-lain. Kita ada setara, ya, dan juga setara dari pihak pemerintah. Okay. Large campus, peaceful environment, strategic location. Karena kita di tengah-tengah di antara Kuala Lumpur dan bandara. Jadi anak-anak kalau mau ke bandara, mau pulang, ya lagi senang. Ya, cuma 20 hingga 25 menit to KLIA Airport. Ya, oke. Ini adalah recreation amenities. Oke. Nah, untuk permohonan visa, ya, untuk Oktober, oke, aplikasinya harus sekarang. Karena permohonan visanya kurang lebih menjangkau 1 atau 1 bulan, 1 bulan setengah untuk visa, untuk approval visanya. Jadi dengan adanya fotokopi atau formulir yang diberi, kita bisa susul untuk permohonan visa secepat mungkin. Ya, dan buat waktu ini kesemua pelajaran adalah online, online, ya, dan perlu diberitahu, ya, biaya untuk aplikasi adalah kurang lebih 700 USD. Oke, 700 USD adalah kurang lebih dalam berapa juta? 12 juta. Ya, 12 juta.
12, ya.
12 juta kurang lebih, ya. Dan setelah itu kita akan proses, pihak kita akan proses untuk aplikasi visa, ya. Dan kalau sudah dapat approval, terus bisa langsung sekolah lah, biaya dan sekolah, ya. Dan sebagaimana yang kita tahu, segala aplikasi harus, ya, melalui best partners. Oke, best partners akan
membantu untuk pendaftaran dan juga formulir,
ya,
pengisian
formulirnya semua udah dikirimkan ke best partners, ya. Nah, apa lagi? Mr. Lester, you want to add up something? No, dan oke. Sewaktu mau berangkat, kalau udah dapat approval, waktu berangkat, sewaktu pandemik ini, oke, biaya untuk akan dikenakan sedikit biaya dari pihak pemerintah untuk kuarantin. Itu ditanggung oleh pelajar, ya, bukan ini tidak termasuk di dalam school fees, ya, kurang lebih dalam 4.000-an ringgit. Ya, 4.000-an ringgit itu udah untuk kuarantin selama 2 minggu semuanya. Oke. Selalunya kalau anak-anak mau masuk ke Malai di bandara nanti, mereka harus dikasih tahu kapan mau berangkatnya. Kita akan menunggu di sana, ada pegawai menunggu untuk proses stamping. Terus mereka akan dibawa ke tempat kuarantin. Dan tempat kuarantin harus dibayar di sana untuk 14 hari, dan sudah selesai baru mereka akan dijemput untuk ke hostel asrama. Okey. Ada apa pertanyaan? Ya,
Alright.
silakan.
I have something in my mind about this Washington Accord. Washington Accord, the engineer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Is there any students that from Nilai or perhaps other university try to work abroad? You know, there are 28 country, right? That,
yeah, 28 country that have signing the Washington Accord, including Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand.
Or perhaps Nilai can help apply this working chance to the students after they graduate or not?
Okay, basically in engineering program kita ada juga internship ataupun industrial training dalam tahun akhir, tahun 4. So dalam tahun 4 student akan menjalani latihan industri di industri, the real industry selama tempoh minimum 12 minggu ataupun satu semester lah, satu semester. Jadi itu adalah opportunity untuk student, engineering student untuk memahami kerja di industri dan expose student the real engineering world. Pada masa sama, dia juga boleh promote themselves kepada company tersebut ya, untuk diserapkan sebagai pekerja selepas dia bergraduate nantilah. Dalam untuk membantu pelajar mendapatkan pekerjaan, kita juga ada database mana-mana industri yang pernah bekerjasama dengan universiti. Dia certain industri dia memang request any graduate student in certain field. Contohnya dia memerlukan engineer dia memerlukan mechanical engineer ataupun electrical engineer. Dia dah send dia request kepada universiti untuk menyalurkan student kita kepada company tersebut. Itu juga berlaku dalam universiti, nilai universiti lah. Jadi selesai sahaja student ini bergraduat ataupun selesai program engineering program, kita akan registerkan student tersebut kepada Board Engineers Malaysia, BEM. Itu memang kita registerkan sebagai bulk registration sebab kita dah ada MOU, MOU dengan Board Engineers Malaysia. Jadi mana-mana student yang complete engineering program, sama ada dia international student daripada Sudan, daripada Nigeria, daripada Indonesia, Singapore, first dia register dengan Board Engineers Malaysia dulu. Dan bila dia dah dapat sertifikat sebagai graduate engineer, bila dia balik kepada dia country, contohnya dia balik kepada Indonesia, dia hanya menunjukkan surat registration dengan BEM dan dia boleh terus register juga dengan IABEE, ya, Indonesian Accreditation Board of Engineering, dan dia akan register sebagai engineer di Indonesia, di country masing-masing. Jadi in term of peluang pekerjaan tu, universiti juga ada membantu ya, untuk membantu student sekiranya dia berminat ataupun berminat dengan apa yang kita offer lah ya.
Okay, so there is an MOU and also signing with the BEM,
yeah,
already connected to the industry as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to add, we actually have quite a few students who during the ITP they go for internship, which we link them with multinationals like Petronas, like Top Glove in Malaysia. So after they graduate, since they study in Malaysia, if they want to continue to work with these multinationals in Malaysia, they can do so. That's the first option. The second option is they themselves can apply online. As I said, we have graduates who are currently working in Australia, in the US, graduated and gone on to work there. So we have alumni. So they can link, they will, once they graduate, they will be part of alumni. So they can get networks through that alumni for first. And secondly, they can also look for jobs by themselves in the internet. Because with the degree, they can enter the country. It gives them the opportunity to be recognized so they can apply for the job. You know, so there are many different ways lah. And we have had both mechanical and also electrical students who are currently now, as I know, there are quite a number working in Australia, in the US and in the UK lah. Because mostly they are focused on the English-speaking country because our degree is in English.
Yeah.
Medium is in English, so they tend to, you know, lean towards English-speaking countries when they apply abroad also. But we also have a lot of international students. So we have students who come from French-speaking countries, who come from Spanish-speaking countries. But unfortunately, they have to learn English because the teaching learning is in English. So when they graduate, then they have more opportunities. So,
yeah. Okay. So the opportunity is big, because we also have already like Mr. Naren said, a lot of students that go international. So we can use that link also, perhaps. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Rivaldo?
Yes. It's about hospitality also.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of 5-star hotel, right?
Yeah.
Is there a chance for them to perhaps continue after internship and working in that 5-star hotel as well?
Okay, the scenario is like this. Once the student went up for their internship, okay, it actually depends on the student themselves. If they are pretty good, hardworking, basically the hotel will absorb them to work with them. Okay, not only local, but we are talking about international. We do have students now in London Hilton. Okay, work there. What do you call that? Who applied and was recommended by Hilton in Kuala Lumpur to work there. So it is worldwide. Not only in hotels, but we are looking into like cruise liner, you know, airports. Nowadays we have trains. Yeah, but most of the time when it comes to hospitality, the scope is quite huge. Because not only in the hotels, but they can actually run up their own businesses, you know, event, you know, they can come up with event management. They organize weddings, you know, functions, concerts. They even have their own restaurants. Okay, they can also become a lecturer. Worst come to worst. Yeah. But some of my students, they are now with cruise liner. You know, they travel all over the world with the cruise liner with only a diploma. Dengan D3 mereka dia udah di Star Cruise. Yeah, dan the money is good. But of course you have to save lah. I've sent students to work with the Sultan of Brunei. In Darul Iman, okay, they earn quite a lot of Bruneian. They're looking into like 3,000 Brunei dollar a month, which is quite good for a beginner.
I see.
Yeah,
for hospitality, a lot of opportunities as well.
Yeah, opportunities.
As long as the performance when the internship and also in the college as well, of course. I see. And also we have to like search it by ourselves and try to explore more, right?
Exactly. And one thing about hospitality, there will be very less of science and math subjects.
Yes, of course.
There are
more like practical.
Very less. For those people who have interest with outgoing, You know, when you are outgoing, you like to meet people, you like to stay in 5-star hotel, good food, you know, luxury life. You know, you can actually become a hotelier. Now at the moment, now the hotel is not doing very well because of pandemic. Okay, but I can see it will boom up right after the pandemic is over. They'll be looking a lot of potential youngsters, you know, because the elderly will be off already, so they want to open up for the new one, the new generation.
That's great. Will.
Yeah, so it's a very good opportunity. And nowadays, those people like in Malaysia itself, who have a skill, you know, they can do house cooking, and then they can send or deliver, so they can still earn money during this particular COVID time. You know, outside catering, I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Seth.
Yeah.
I think about the work as well. Do we need like a work permit or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, in Malaysia, once if you are what do you call that? Graduated. Okay. If you're offered a job, basically the company will come out with the working permit. Ooh. They will apply for that particular what do you call this students. Yeah. For example, like TKI ya, TKI nggak ada working permit kan? Tapi kalau dia bekerja dengan di rumah orang, okay, tuan punya rumah itu akan mengaplikasikan application untuk working permit. Serupa juga dengan pihak perhotelan dan lain-lain.
Okay, it's the same. Yeah. Okay. For me, I guess we've had all the information right now. We've got about the employment, we've got about the engineer, and also the BEM and the relationship with the industry as well.
Yeah.
Also the achievement as well. So many that we've got. And I hope that the students who watch this information try to search more by contacting this partner education as well. Or perhaps we will connect it to Chef Azam or other members from Nilai University later. Okay, that's it from us. We've got no more things to ask. Actually, Chef Azam, do you have more to inform to our students?
As a close up, okay, we hope that the student will understand it is best to actually study now. You know, as soon as you study, now is the best time because you don't have to travel. You just stay at home, but yet you are communicating with us. You know, and that is good. It is safe, good, and at the end of the day, you don't have to use of energy, a lot of energy traveling. Yeah, but of course, sometimes at the end of the day, once the COVID is over, well,
you go.
Off you go here. Yes. we wait for you at the airport.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Encik Asmawi, ada apa-apa?
Tak apa, tak ada apa-apa. Dan saya cuma tambah sedikit saja. Saya sangat setuju dengan saranan daripada Chef Izam. This is a good time for student to start study, to continue to study abroad. Because at least for the time being, they just kita buat online lecture. Dan in fact, in our local student di sini pun kita masih buat online teaching dan online assessment. Dan we have many tools and software that we use for online learning. Jadi tidak ada masalah lah untuk student continue study walaupun abroad. Itu sajalah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ms. Asmawi.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and thank you for giving Nilai University opportunity to present this product knowledge to you. Yeah, and hopefully that like Chef Izam and IL Asmawi mentioned that at the moment, most of the students, we are going to the trend of like online distance learning. So I believe this kind of trend will be last for the next few years. Yeah. So it will be good that the student can take this advantage, to study earlier and to go for this ODL mode. Yeah. So in fact, universities, we are going to invest more into the ODL method for the studies. Yeah, hopefully that most of the Indonesia students, they are coming here to the camp. They can do the online learning at their home country, and later on, when everything back to normal, then they can come here to the campus to continue their study. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Lester.
Thank you, Mr. Lester.
Mr. Sebastian, is he around? Is he not around? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, Mr. Rivaldo, salam untuk Pak Gerald.
Yes. Thank you very much semuanya. Thank you everyone from Nilai University, Chef Izam, Miss Neti, Mr. Asmawi, Mr. Lester, Miss Yamuna, Naren, Mr. Naren, and Mr. Nelly, Mr. Shelly, and everyone. There's a lot of people here.
Okay,
we're so happy to have this.
Yeah. I hope you can use this video to promote us.
Very sure.
Huh?
Right. I guess this is the end of our section.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Neti ada?
Ada. Dari mula lagi ada.
Senyap je.